Hi, welcome back to my channel, Also Victoria, and I'm going to be going over actually what sold back in March, even though this is April, but I want to catch up to get these into my vlog videos. So I have a video record of what sold. I also have my inventory record of what sold. So anyway, I'm going to go over what sold for the first 2 weeks of March, and I'll have another video the last 2 weeks of March, and then the first 2 weeks in April. Got a lot of papers here, so there'll be a couple of videos. And as my sales start getting more sales, I will probably cut them down to just once a week because that would be easier to watch a shorter video than a long video. Okay, so let me get started. If you're new here, I sell on three different platforms, three shops on Etsy, but my handmade goods haven't been selling, which I haven't been doing anything with. You can't sell if you don't do anything with it. I mean, like listing. Okay, so on Poshmark, I sold these blue plaid. This thought they were shorts. This blue plaid ruffle dress. It's new with tags. I had picked it up back in May of last year when the COVID stores, when after, when during the COVID, the stores first opened again. And so they were having a great sale. And so I picked this up for $10, sold it for $25, 1st of March. And then over on eBay, I sold this toddler 70 dress, this pink chiffon 70s dress. I have a couple of these dresses. These aren't the older ones. But they're, well, it's older than the 80s, but they're not the 80 toddler roughly dresses that are sought after. And so I sold this for $22. It cost me $3.99. I picked it up at the Goodwill in Central Point, which is a town north of here. So I picked it up in April of 2019, listed it November of last year. And then over on Etsy on the 3rd in my Oso Victoria Etsy shop, vintage shop, I sold this child's dress, this Sumatra summer dress. I've had this for quite a while. I sold it for $20. I don't know where I picked it up. I'm pretty sure I picked it up at a Goodwill or something, but I didn't have that in the inventory to let you know. And anyway, I sold it for $20 on, and I had, well, I do show when I picked it up in December of last year. Oh no, I listed it. I listed it December of last year. Okay, and then on the 4th in my Oso Victoria shop, I sold this infant green crinkle dress from the 50s. I sold this for $28. Had this forever, and I think it's something I pulled out of my studio of my inventory and finally listed it. In fact, I probably had this. I probably had this for my kids when they were little, so I may have had this even from the 80s. So that's how long ago I probably picked it up, had it in my with my kids because it was vintage. I kept it. And then when I start this business, now I'm slowly letting go some of my personal vintage items. So I listed this on February 17th of this year, sold for $28. And over on eBay, I sold this CJ Banks denim maxi skirt. It has these cute little colored buttons down the side. Sold that for $20.66. It cost me $1. I picked that up over in the Humane Society thrift store over in Brookings on one of our weekend coast trips. I picked it up on December of last year, listed it in February of this year. And then on Etsy, my Oso Victoria, I sold this vintage Wrangler jeans, these plaid wide leg Wrangler jeans, probably from the 70s, for $76. I picked them up at an estate sale here in Medford in 2018, October 2018. I listed them in January 30th of last year. And the thing is, I had listed them even before January 30th. They sold, they went to Sweden, I believe. I'm getting notifications. Go away, notifications. I'm trying to delete a lot of those anyway. Anyway, back to these vintage Wrangler jeans. They went overseas, but then they got sent back to me because the buyer never picked them up or something. I'm not sure. So I refunded the buyer, um, and then I relisted them. So they sold again. And this time they went to Kansas instead of overseas. And then on eBay, I sold this set of 3 pin cushions. So I started listing some of my pin cushions I've had picked up over the years. So I don't know when I picked these up or what I paid for them. They're probably just estate sale stuff, or I don't know, thrift store stuff, yard sale stuff. I don't know. Anyway, so I lotted these three together and sold them for $18. There was an offer, and then I did a counter offer, sold for $18. And also on eBay on the 5th, so now we're on the 5th, I sold these Mobian arm sleeves for running sleeves to protect your sleeves from getting sunburn. Your arms, not your sleeves, protect your arms from getting sunburned. So I sold these for $19.79. I got a offer on them, and so I accepted the offer because I think I may have had them for listed for $22 or something. Anyway, I accepted the offer. These were given to me by my son and a bunch of stuff he gave me last year, November of last year, and I listed them February 28th. Remember, we're in March, so it didn't take long for those to sell, about a week. And then on the 6th, in my eBay shop, I sold this Lake Avenue corset bustier, this ribbon one. I think I only have one bustier left in my stores. Well, it's cross-listed in eBay and Poshmark. And I sold that for $20. And this was also given to me by my son with a bunch of stuff back in November of 2019. And I listed this 2024 or 2024 in February 2/24 of this year. And it sold for $20. And over in my Poshmark closet, I sold this self-esteem tank top for $8. It was an offer to me, and I think I've had it for quite a while. And I'm not sure where I got it. I may have gotten it. My son may have dropped it off, and a bunch of stuff he dropped off. Anyway, so I sold that for $8. And then my Etsy shop, let's see, it must have been my Oso Victoria Etsy shop. I sold this 70s teen country check dress. I do know I had this for quite a while, a couple of years. I picked this up at an estate sale out in Eagle Point, another town just north of us, northeast of where I live. And it was an estate sale in March 18th of 2018 is when I picked it up. So it cost me 66 cents if you consider the haul, the bundle of everything I piled together. And then she gives me an offer. I may counter offer it or just take her really low offer these estate sale people give because they're one of my favorite estate sale people. Anyway, I listed it in July 25th of 2018, and it finally sold on the 6th of March for $16, and it was about 66 cents. And then over on Poshmark, I sold this fossil grass woven crossbody handbag, purse, had a wood handle. I sold it for $24, and this was my mom's, so it didn't cost me anything. And I listed it November 23rd of last year. And then over on Etsy, my Oso Victoria shop, also on the 6th, I sold this vintage Victoria's Secret black satin pants. They were really cool. They were too small for me, but they were really cool. They were I believe they were the gold label, the Victoria's Secret gold label, so that's the older label. So I sold these for $38. I don't know where I picked them up, how long I've had them. I have no idea. Anyway, I listed them April of last year, and so they sold, took almost a year to sell. 11 months. Shy of 11 months to sell for $38. Yeah, let's see, the last page here, still a lot of items. On the 8th, okay, so now I'm on the 8th. On eBay, I sold this Easter tablecloth from Spain. And I had showed this in a haul recently because I just picked it up in January 23rd of this year in the senior center over in Cave Junction, one of our trips to the coast. So I sold it for $26. It cost me $1. All their tablecloths were half off. And so this was before Easter. And I listed it on April the 4th. It sold, listed April 4th. I listed it March 8th. No, let me get this right. Okay, I listed it March 4th. It sold March 8th. So that was what? 5 days. Took 5 days to sell. And then over on eBay on the 8th, I sold this Speed Control summer dress, $25.99. It cost me $1. Oh, this is really cute summer dress, very colorful. It was a 3X. I picked it up from my neighbor at her yard sale last year, in September last year. I listed it February of this year, and I had picked it up for $1. And it was in a haul video too. And then on the 9th of my Etsy Oso Victoria, I sold these BVD 50s landmark. Oh, shirt. Okay, I'm reading this and you're seeing the image. Okay, so I sold this vintage 50s shirt. The brand was BVD. It has all these buildings, the Leaning Tower Pizza and everything on it. Pizza. Anyway, I sold it for $72. I also picked this up at the estate sale and talent in July 25th of 2019, and I listed it March of this year. I'm not surprised. Well, actually, it sold within a few hours. Not surprised. This is a 50s rare shirt. Um, but I had to work out some stains. Something was on there and it kind of went through, but I noted that and I got it pretty much out, so it wasn't that easy to notice. So anyway, $72. It went to a Poshmark seller. He might be an eBay seller. He might have his own store. I don't know. But he sells these shirts for like $250, $350. So luck to him. He got it for 72. He more than doubled his money, tripled his money, whatever, if he was able to flip it on in his store to his buyers. So I just feel good about passing it on to somebody that could make money on it, and then to somebody that really loves these kind of shirts. So cool. And then over on the 10th in my Etsy Oso Victoria shop, I sold this Barbizon 5060s full white slip for $29. I don't know where I got it, how long I had it. It went to Norway. So the shipping to Norway was $15.44. I actually had it listed May 8th of 2017. So long haul lister here. So I had it listed for quite a while. And it finally sold for $29. And then also on the 10th of my eBay shop, I sold this Eeyore cup. So cute. But I don't need an Eeyore cup. I sold it for $20. I think I had it listed originally 26. Somebody offered me 20 and I took it. I had picked this up for $2 at the Angel of Hope thrift shop in Arcata, California. And on January 24th of this year, I listed it January 27th, and then it sold March 10th. And the reason we went to Arcata, because we were over on the coast, over in Brookings, and thought we'd take a drive. It's about an hour and a half drive down to Arcata, because Arcata, I wanted to see where the shop, besides visiting the thrift stores, see if I could find any Fire and Ice glass from the Fire and Ice store that is now out of business, defunct, because it's a highly collectible thing. But no such luck. Didn't find any Fire and Ice. I thought, well, maybe it'd be around the town where they made it, but I didn't find any. But I did shoot a video of the thrift stores and the little manufacturing place where they were, but I haven't posted any of that. Okay, back to what sold. On the 11th on March on eBay, I sold this kid's jacket, a Roxy hooded size 5'6" jacket. I sold it, well, I only sold it for $10. Woo, that's not very much. But it was an offer from buyer. I don't know where I picked it up. I listed it just February 11th of this year, and then it sold for $10, which is fine. I'm trying to remember, where could I have possibly picked up this jacket? I think it was maybe given to me. I think. I don't know. And then on the 12th on eBay, I sold this blue soft Sonoma sweater. I've had that for a while. It was really soft. It was actually a really nice sweater for $12.99. Let's see. It was given to me by my daughter, so it didn't cost me anything. And she gave it to me August of 2019. I listed it January of this year, and so it took a couple months, 2 months to sell. And then also on the 13th on Etsy in my Cameron D shop, I sold these set of Easter vintage cake pans. These were the Wilson, is that the brand name? The aluminum cake pans. I sold the set for $32. I also had them listed on eBay too, but they sold on Etsy. And I picked those up at the Senior Center in Cave Junction on our way to the coast in January 23rd. I listed them March 4th of this year, and I think each one cost me 50 cents. So it was $1 for the two. And I picked these up the same time I picked up those Easter tablecloths. And both my Easter tablecloths sold. One in this listing of what sold, and I'll do another one that shows it sold. Okay, two more. On the 13th on Etsy, Oso Victoria, I sold this Donald Brooke white boho blouse. Look, it's called Look by Donald Brooke. Sold it for $68. It was new, it was dead stock. I believe it had the tag attached to it, so it was dead stock. And I picked this also up at the estate sale, the July 27th estate sale in Talent. And I listed it September 2nd of last year. So the haul, the bundle, I think it was 200, maybe 300 on this. 300 the first day, 200 is the second day when I went back on their final day sale, is the cost I paid for the whole bunch of stuff I bought. So it averaged out to about $1.52 per piece on this day of this estate sale. Sold it for $68. And then over on Poshmark, the last thing that sold on Poshmark, I believe the last thing that sold, oh no, there's one more thing, is this New Tags Janice Apparel Kimono cover up. I sold it for $18. It cost me $5, and this was another thing I bought at a boutique here in Ashland when the stores first opened up from the COVID thing. So it was in May 16th, 1920. I listed it on the 20th last year, and then, like I said, it sold on the 14th of March for $18. Cost me $5. So the last thing to sell in my Etsy Oso Victoria shop is this colorful straw beret. Must have been vintage, had to be vintage to be in my Oso Victoria shop. Sold it for $18. Also, another thing I picked up at the Iconic estate sale, that's the name of the estate sale people, Iconic in Talent. $1.52 average cost of goods, and I listed it August of 2019. Okay, so that's the total of all the sales. Okay, let me insert the 24 items that I sold from March 1st to the 15th in 2021, and let you know my gross sale, net fees, cost of goods, and how many items I sold in each shop and what each shop made in a gross profit. So my gross profit total for those 24 items was $672.49. My net profit was $510.04. My fees were $131.55, and my cost of goods was $30.90. And so in my Oso Victoria Etsy shop, where I sell vintage clothing, accessories, and jewelry, I sold 9 items for a total of $365. In my Cameron D Etsy shop, I sold the 1 item, and in Poshmark Closet, I sold 4 items for a total of $75, and it's Oso Victoria there too. And in my eBay Victoria Oso Victoria, I sold 10 items for a total of $198.23. So my most sales obviously were in my Oso Victoria Vintage shop, and then eBay kind of is following behind all that. So anyway, that's those totals. So thanks for watching. So I'll have another what sale for the last 2 weeks of March, and then I'll have another what sold for the first 2 weeks of April. And then I will be caught up, and then I will consider just doing weekly short videos because for the small amount of sales I have. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment. Love comments. Love to answer comments. Love to engage. All right. Thanks again. Bye.